Ladies, gentlemen, non-binaries, your prince is here! Hello, hello, hello. Hello everyone, today is Friday. Hope you guys are having fun. Hope you guys are good. It's already June now. It's summertime now. I'm sure I'm sure the class has been dismissed. Schools and college are off for the summer. But for today, it's a special class for all of you. So yeah, for Friday, for today, early this morning, I have a little bit of a difficulty deciding what to stream today. Should I do more Honkai Star Rail, or should I do more? Something that I haven't done before, like a lore stream? So I actually did flip a coin. Heads, Honkai Star Rail. Tails, lore stream. So today I flipped it and it ended up as Tails. So I'm gonna do a lore stream just for you guys. I have been wanting to do this for like a long time. You have no idea how long I have been wanting to do this. For a long time now, I've been wanting to do this. I've been really wanting to do this for a long time now. So I decided to do it. I decided to do it. So yeah, you'll be ready to get started on the class. Alright, so I don't mind having to tell you that class is going to be in session as of now. Class is in session. So for any of you lore lovers out there, attendance is mandatory. Everybody else, it's optional but very appreciated to attend. So yeah. And also, it has been a while since I last did a just chatting stream. Since usually I do game streams, I don't usually do just chatting. I usually don't do the just chatting streams because to me, they don't usually do well. So I've hold on for that until like a later date. So today I'm going to do a chatting stream. I've been doing a chat. It's my first time doing a chatting stream like in a long time. So we're gonna get started on our lesson. All right, please let's move on to the classroom. And here we go. What do you think? The classroom. Yeah, I hope that I don't, overwhelm. Here, how about I reduce this part over there? All right, so we can get started on our lore here. Let me just pull up. Let's see. Let me just pull up Paint, not Paint 3D. Paint. Let me just pull it up so that we can get started. We'll introduce you guys to what the lore is. I'm going to introduce you guys to the lore. I'm going to introduce you to what it is. Okay, let's see. Let's see. It's been a while since I last did it, so okay. Okay, let me see here. Okay, hold on. Let me, get started on something. Okay. Here we go. Hold on, let me just, get it started. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use paint on this one, so I apologize. Anyways, to give you a brief rundown of the lore, this is basically just a diagram of what my universe entails. I know it's rough. I know it's not, visually presentable and aesthetically presentable, but I just want to give you guys the idea of what my universe is like. What the universe that I currently reside in. So yeah, in my universe, there are 5 universes in one large supercluster. In one large supercluster, there are 5 universes. Originally, there used to be 50 total universes in this supercluster. However, cataclysmic events of the past resulted in the destruction of the various universes, and thus only 5 core universes remained, as you can see here. there are 5 universes: Core 0, Core 1, Core 2, Core 3, and Core 4. I, myself, reside in Core 0, which is the Prime universe. The 4 other universes are basically the extensions. So Core 0 is also, then they're also given unique nicknames. Core 0, for example, is nicknamed the Central Verse because it's basically at the center. Core 1 is called the Bizarre Verse. Core 1 is unique because it focuses on dimensional. It's set in a universe where mysterious wormholes show up in the universe, and life forms, people, vehicles, and technology from the wormholes ended up there. Core 2, on the other hand, is called Ventureverse, and Core 2 is basically the result of superhumans living amongst humanity. Core 3 is called Echoverse. It is set in the time where it's set in the future. However, the future is of the 1990s and 1980s aesthetics. So even though the technology has been advanced, the aesthetic-wise is the technology is similar to the 1990s and 1980s. Core 4, on the other hand, is called the Mediaverse. Not a lot of information about Mediaverse other than the fact that it's supposed to be a hub world for other people and characters. So yeah, this is just a brief rundown of what my universe entails. Oops. Let's see what else we can do, what else I can show you. Alright, with that out of the way, I think we can get started on the next part. I remember doing this whenever someone redeemed to do a lore, redeemed to share my lore, I would do this. Anyways, yeah, this is the old this is what I did, the old the diagrams and all. So yeah, my universe is technically, it's called Supercluster Delta, which is where I am. There's several superclusters. There's Alpha, there's Beta, and then there's Gamma. Supercluster Alpha is what you describe as the real world. It's where my IRL self resides, as you can see here. Supercluster Beta is basically a large supercluster of fictional worlds. As I said before, everything that you've seen, video games, anime, TV shows, movies, the universes, all of them ended up here. Supercluster Gamma is basically a precursor to Supercluster Delta, but it was destroyed. Nobody knows. And like I said, 50 confirmed universes. Unfortunately, the Cronian Shadow Wars, an ancient conflict occurred during the time dinosaurs ruled the Earth, ended with the destruction of 45 universes, except for 5 core universes. As you can see here, the diagram which I just mentioned. So yeah. And in each of the universes, there are these what is known as core gates. Core gates. In each of the core universes, there exist ancient dimensional gates, generally called core gates. When activated, portals are generated to take them into any of the core universes. Any of them. Each and every one of them, as you can see. However, each universe has a different flow of time. For example, character A from Universe A meets character B from Universe B. Sometime later, B decides to return home to his universe. Tomorrow, the next time A meets B, the latter returns looking 10 years older than A. Also, it's dependent on a variety of factors, but I don't have time to explain it all. Anyways. Also, in Mediaverse, heroes and villains enter a truce. The terror attacks by the villains are limited to maintain neutrality, to maintain the status quo of peaceful coexistence. Anyways, it's time I told you guys about, let me tell you guys about the Cronians. Let me reintroduce you guys to what the Cronians are. Also, before I get... Also, are you guys having problem... Are you guys having problems reading the screen? please tell me. If you guys are having problems reading the screen, please let me know. I'll try to, let's see. I'll try to zoom in a bit. There. How about that? There. I zoomed in a bit. Alright? I zoomed in a bit so we can get started. I'm just gonna need some water here because I don't want to ruin my voice. There we go. Okay. Now to get started. Cronians, also known as Cronian Wingmen. Of course, I now refer to ourselves as Cronian Manticore Wingmen. So, they are an immortal deity race that oversee and protect humanity. Virtually indistinguishable to humans except for glowing barcodes on foreheads, sporadically growing veins on their bodies, and energy-based wings. They were erroneously referred to as winged humans, angels, and titans by humanity. Now, given the fact that I have decided to update some new info, I want to take this time to update some new info. Which is, hold on, so, given the fact that we Cronians now have, let's see. Alright, so let's see here. New info. Cronians can now be identified by their new info. Cronians can now be identified by their lion ears and lion tails. That's right. That is right. This is the new info I wanted to share with you. Alright. Let me zoom in a bit. Can you see this? Alright. I'll try to zoom in. I'll try to zoom in and let you guys look see. I'll let you guys look and see. But like I said, please let me know if you're unable to fully see it. Please let me know. Alright then. Continuing where I left off, these beings have existed since the Big Bang, and since then, I meant to say then, not they, typo. They have the universal rule to oversee and protect humanity. They cannot in any way intervene in human affairs. Although if humanity or other living things are threatened with extinction, then they can act. Cronians can do whatever they want, as long as it does not heavily involve with humanity. They can live amongst them in secrecy and even love and start a family. Human-Cronian hybrids are not frowned upon. Villainous and rival Cronians exist, but in rare cases. Speaking of Cronians, I like to take this time to add in some new info. We have what is known as the new Cronian factions. We have what is known as Cronian factions. Yes, there exist Cronian factions. Let me take this time. New info. Cronian factions. Now, there exists several Cronian factions. Let's see. If I recall correctly, the factions are... Hold on. I have written so many stuff down, so I'm just going to just take a look and see where have I written, what have I done, where have I gone. Hold on. Basically, I can tell you that there are at least 4 Cronian factions. There are at least 4 Cronian factions, so, yeah, hold on a minute. Alright. There exist 4 factions of Cronian kind. Hey, it's Akari. Hey, good to see you, Akari. Hi. Welcome to my class. Welcome to Zola Wing Lore 101. We've already just got started with the lesson. Now, in case you guys are wondering, hey there, yes. In case you guys are wondering, you don't have to take notes if you don't want to. I'm not gonna quiz you guys. At least not yet. Alright, moving on. There are at least 4 Cronian factions. Okay, so the first faction is called the True Faction. Let's see. So the True Faction are known as the true representatives of the Cronian race. Of the Cronians. Cronian race and their subspecies. As you can see here. As for their stance, they remain neutral. Basically, they are the true face of Cronian kind. The second faction is called the Royal Remnants faction. Remnants faction. The Royal Remnants faction, which were originally known as the Cronian royal family faction. Apparently they disappeared during the onset of the Cronian civil wars. Thus forcing its followers and descendants to fight for the missing royal family. Alright, let me see if I can... Alright, I have a feeling that there's not going to be music, so let me see what I can do about adding music. We're going to have some music, otherwise it's going to be, you know, boring. Alright, let's see what music we can do. Okay. Alright, I think this would be good. Yeah, much better. There we go. Okay, so now we won't have to worry about problems with music. Let me see how it sounds. I just wanted to see how it sounds, how it works. Alright, it's currently a monitor off. Okay, much better. Much better. There we go. Okay, continuing where I left off. Let's see. Continuing where I left off. Oops, wait. Never mind. Alright. So we currently have 4 factions at the moment. I just told about 2, now I need to tell about 2 others. The third faction are called the Antimatter faction. This is dope. Gives alien type energy. Alien type. Not necessarily aliens, actually. We Cronians aren't necessarily aliens. We are godly beings, but we're not necessarily aliens. I mean, it is a bit of a common misconception to be confused with aliens. Aliens and angels. It's a common misconception, actually. Anyways, the third faction is the Antimatter faction. They are the... Not you guys, I'm talking about the music. Oh, the music. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Considering that I'm from 1 million AD, this is actually this is basically, let's see. It's fitting. It's definitely fitting because yes. Yeah, what I'm about to say is it's fitting. The music is definitely fitting because, as you can see, I am from 1 million AD. Anyways, moving on. The Antimatter faction are basically the opposite or the antithesis of the Cronians. Their aim is destruction. Yeah, their aim is destruction. Oops. Oops, did I accidentally activate... Okay, there we go. There we go. The antithesis of the Cronians. Their aim is destruction. They would even relinquish their KR energy, which is Reiki energy, for antimatter energy. For antimatter energy, giving them dangerous power at the cost of their immortality. That's right. The antimatter faction is the type that focuses on destruction, and the ones that harbor and utilize antimatter. I don't know much about antimatter, but considering that antimatter is the opposite of matter, then it would make sense to make it seem like it's basically a form of energy for destruction. It would be a dangerous, and it would be dangerous. Many Cronians, there is a lot of Cronians that gave in to the antimatter faction. Considering the fact that antimatter is actually one of the Cronians' major weaknesses. I'll get to that later. Right now, we have to get to the fourth and final faction. The Ender faction. The Ender faction. The one where my arch enemy, Nuka, is a part of. My arch enemy, Natalia Baroness, also known as Nuka. Basically, they are machines and other life forms spawned from discarded Cronian technology. Man, it's tough to talk and type at the same time. They have teamed up. They have teamed with the AM faction before. So yeah, these are the Cronian factions. There are 4 Cronian factions. I belong to the True faction. And it's true that there have been infighting amongst Cronian kind, which resulted in the Cronian civil wars. So apparently we have the True faction, the Royal Revenants faction, the Antimatter faction, and the Ender faction. So as you can see, there have been so yeah, apparently the Cronian faction. So of all the 4 factions, the faction that gains the most focus in my lore is the True faction. The true representatives of the Cronian race and their subspecies. And just like the Zola royal family, they are also neutral. That's right. Anyways, moving on, we will be going for the Cronian subspecies, like I mentioned before. Okay, I like to take the time to make additions, new Cronian subspecies additions. So yeah, when I made this was an old lore lesson a while back. At the time I showed Drake forms, Ikarians, and Keepers. This time I want to introduce more, because I already have more subspecies in mind. There are several more subspecies in mind. You'll be surprised. Okay. Let's get it started. Ha. Let's get it started in here. Okay. Alright then. New info. More subspecies. So yeah, there is going to be several subspecies. You will see. Okay. There are more subspecies. We would have... So, speaking of the subspecies... Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. I have... yeah, you'll be surprised that I have written a lot of lore, and I'm afraid that I might be overwhelming you guys with too much information. Lore is lore. I understand that, but too much information is going to... I would accidentally overwhelm you all. Alright, let's see. Let me see. Where have I written down of the additional Cronian subspecies? Let me see. Alright. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so we have what is known as... There are several other species we have. Let's see. We have several other species that come to mind. Let's see. One of those species, one of the other subspecies, one of the most common subspecies is the noble manes. The noble manes are the ancient subspecies of the Cronians, rumored to be a predecessor species. They are humanoid manticores, humanoid lions with wings. Basically, they're humanoid manticores. Capable of speaking the ancient language of Croatia, as well as English. Of course, they have two forms. A refined form and a beast form. There are two different forms. Refined and beast mode. Refined form and beast form. So the common form they have are the common form they use is the refined form. Beast form is making their bodies buffed and large. Their default form is beast form. But then they have what is known as refined form. But usually they are in their beast forms. Let's see. Another of the subspecies are known as Avariels. Avariels are basically winged elves. Yeah, I know. What I'm about to say is something reminiscent to Dungeons and Dragons, but still. Avariels, aka winged elves. Are you guys having trouble seeing? Please let me know. I'll zoom in if that's the case. I'll try to zoom in if that's the case. Ugh. Sorry about that. I'm gonna try and zoom in. Zoom in. Okay. There we go. Alright. There. Anyways, as I was saying, the Avariels, aka winged elves, are a subspecies of the Cronians. They've existed as far as the Middle Ages, but have long since disappeared. Now considered to be a lost subspecies. However, Yuna Alano is one of the Avariels identified, confirming that their subspecies haven't fully disappeared. Yuna Alano is one of my characters. I'll get to that later. Of course, one of the things I'd like to add about the Avariels is that they are noted for being nature lovers as well as wizards and magic users. So basically, they're proficient in magic. It's not uncommon to see Avariel wizards and witches. Yeah, it's not uncommon to see those. Alright, moving on from that, there's also another subspecies, which is also considered to be a transformation mode. Oh wait, before I continue, I almost forgot about, I almost forgot to add in another information. Let's see. There are variations of the subspecies. Variations of the subspecies. Or should I say cousin variants, actually. The Avariel do have their cousin variants, which the cousin variants known as sylphids. Sylphids, which are a race of pixies and fairies. That's right, Cronian pixies and Cronian fairies. Yeah. Now you're surprised that it's starting to become my lore is fully science fiction. However, there are elements of fantasy. There are elements of fantasies. Just wanted to let you guys know. And yes, the noble mains do have their own cousin variants as well. The noble Parduces. The noble Parduces are basically humanoid Black Panthers. Noble Parduces are humanoid Black Panthers. They're the same. They're similar to noble mains, except they're more black. They're stylized after Black Panthers. So yeah, as you can see, the noble mains and Avariels have their cousin variants. So the noble mains are so big. So yeah. So yeah, as you can see here, we have humanoid manticore. We have humanoid beast lions, and as well we have winged elves. I'm sure this is something that you'll like, Akari. Cronian Avariels. Yes, like I said, Cronians are immortal, so they can live long. The same applies to the winged elves, the Avariels. Let's see, I hope I didn't run out of telling you guys about the shifters. Yes, I was going to talk about the shifters, which is a transformation / subspecies. Wait, no, superior mode. I meant to say superior mode. I don't know why I said shifters. I already talked about the shifters. Okay. Let's see here. Winged elves, I didn't know that you had those. Yes, winged elves. Cronian Avariels. Cronian Avariels. Keep in mind, what I just said are Cronian Avariels. Anyways, moving on. Whoops. Let me, sorry about that. Let me, yeah. There we go. There we go. I hope you guys can see it. I'll be sure to, I hope that this would be... Alright then. Okay. It's time I tell you guys about the superior modes. Superior mode is a transformation unique to Cronian kind. This transformation turns Cronians into giant mechanized cyborgs. Basically, the Cronians' version of mechs. However, only a majority are capable of transforming into Proto-Superior mode, which is a fraction of the true power of the Superior mode. Thus, only certain Cronians are capable of harnessing its true power. Acquiring this form is considered to be unknown. However, in the case of yours truly, I happen to possess the soul of a Cronian legend called Zervan. If I recall correctly, when I transformed into a superior mode for the first time, it happened during the Soul Century War. During a major battle, I managed to acquire this form by accident. However, I started out as superior mode Omega, as the spirit of Zervan has yet to awaken. Later on, I will receive the evolution to my superior form called Form Zervan, and upon further practice and training, I'm able to transform to superior mode at will. In terms of power, it's roughly greater than Ascended rank. In Proto Superior, its power is equal and or slightly greater than Ascended rank. These are the transformations. I will tell you all about that later. Right now, let's see. So, in case you're wondering about the inspirations that I have, for the superiors, the inspirations to the superiors, oh, you'll be surprised about the inspirations. It is inspired by Evangelion, Attack on Titan, Pacific Rim, and Mega's XLR. So yeah, superior mode is not only a transformation, but is also considered to be basically a subspecies as well. So yeah, currently the subspecies includes let's see, the noble mains, Avarials, Drake forms, Icarians, and superiors. That's self-explanatory. Yeah. Keepers, in other words, a small army of protectors that guard the Cronians. Think of it like a national guard. Mostly like a national guard. In terms of power, Keepers do have infinite power, but their usage is just below the Cronians. Also, I kind of figured. Yep. Their official title is Keepers of the Gleipnir, the chains that bind Fenrir. Now, I think I mentioned about the shifters before. Whoops. I mentioned about the shifters before, transforming sentient mechs. They are a robotic race which are allied with, which apparently are allied with the Cronians, and there have been rumors that the Cronians were responsible for the shifters' creations, for the shifters' existence. I've said it before, but I will say it again. The shifters are called as such due to their ability to transform, create, and generate anything. It's more than just transforming to other vehicles, it's also transferring to other mecha, generating weapons and special abilities, and collecting and storing endless data. They're also designed to work in tandem with other life forms by providing cockpits to aid in their synchronization. Additionally, I like to make an additional addition. Rumored to be created by Cronians. And also, how are they able to transform? One word: nanomachines. That's right, nanomachines. And of course, as to where they originate from, planet Primus. It's now a dormant planet following the Great Primus Civil War. They were later discovered and reactivated by humanity, and by extension, yours truly during the latter half of the Soul Century War. After the war, the shifters were spread across the universe, some in Central Galaxy. I happen to own one shifter called Shifter Origin, the long-forgotten prototype and the first of its kind. Oh boy. Whew. Also, as I mentioned before, we Cronians have called Reiki Energy. Reiki Energy, of course, it's now considered to be called the KR Energy. Oops. Okay, let me do this right here. There. It is the unlimited energy source of us Cronians. Our immortal bodies allow us to contain this energy. With this energy, you can use it as a catalyst to other abilities. However, mortal bodies cannot contain this energy. Past attempts ended in failure, with many individuals exploding. Like, literally. It's impossible to contain this unlimited energy. And anyways, And anyways, there is a part of the Cronians which are called the... Cronians are noted for their research and development. And they have noted multiple research projects. One of those is the Cronian Elements Resurrection Project. A Cronian reincarnated/created following a procedure involving a dormant human body with a person's soul from his or her past life. After the soul is inserted, the human body undergoes an advanced surgical transformation into a Cronian. I am one of the 11 reincarnates, but I'm also the first to be produced. Unlike the other 10, I'm a prototype reincarnate. Now, if there's one thing a prototype reincarnate can do... Oh, wait, where am I? There. Anyways, as I was saying, if there's one thing a prototype like myself can't do and the others can do, is that the ability to transform is the option to forego our humanity, our immortality, and become human again. I cannot do that, unfortunately. I'm a prototype. I'm a prototype. I'm doomed to immortality forever and ever. It's not easy, you know, being immortal. Being immortal isn't easy. It's both a blessing as well as a curse. It really is a blessing and a curse. On one hand, trust me, I know. Thank you, Akari. Thank you so much. At least I'm not the only one who feels that way, which is one of the silver linings of being immortal. There are ways around it. Yeah, there definitely are. There definitely are. Alright then. Let's see. I think we will move on with the characters this time. My wife is also immortal. Yep. Alright. Alright, let me do another. So it's better for me as well. Glad to hear it. Alright. Now is the time to tell you guys about the inhabitants of my... Now it's time to talk about my characters a bit. It's time to talk about the characters, or should I say the inhabitants of my lore. For starters, we're gonna go with Core 0. I'm gonna do a reintroduction here. So I'm gonna do a bit of a reintroduction here. I'll be doing a bit of a reintroduction, which is known as the Core 0 inhabitants. Alright then, so I'm gonna have to, let's see, do a little bit of something here, little bit of something. Okay. Alright, let's see here. Alright, so I want to take this time to introduce the first character that I'm going to introduce. The first character of my lore to introduce. Hold on, let me see if I can expand my canvas a bit. There. There we go. Much better. The first to introduce... Oops. Let me see. Select. Alright. Ooh. Bit too big. The picture's a bit too big. Oh my god. Oh my Cronian gods, please help me. Oh man, that's not good. Okay. I know it looks a little too pixelated, but I don't want to... Yeah, I think it's a bit too pixelated on my part. Okay. Okay, I think I need to, Alright, let me see here. Oops. I didn't know what I did wrong. Alright. Whoops. Nope. No. Oop. Jeez. It's kind of rough trying to, forget it. Oops. There we go. Alright. There, I've increased the canvas a bit. Yeah, sorry, your prince is having technical difficulties. Okay. Core 0 inhabitants. Okay. Now we're gonna have to increase the font a bit. Come on, increase the font. You can do it. Huh. Something's not right. Something's wrong here. Alright, let's try this again. You guys don't seem to get the point. Oops. Oops. Okay. Much better. Alright, there, much better. Oops. Core 0 inhabitants. Hey, just a quick question. What is it, Akari? Yes, Akari, what's the question? Alright, Akari, what is the question? Where do you have Project Toxic server located on your Discord? Oh, yeah, that's right. I do have the server. Don't worry, I do have the server. I do have the server. Sorry. Sorry, I've been meaning to, you know, I do have the Toxins. I do have your Project Toxin server. And in case you're wondering, this is the server where Akari is having his own story. Sorry about that. I'll be sure to talk to you. I'll join the... When do we get the topic of the dark matter? I'm talking about antimatter. The topic of the dark matter. When do we get the topic of the dark matter? Sorry, I've been... Anyways, let's see. I'll be sure to join your voice chat. Sorry, it's been so long. I was busy doing other stuff, but don't worry. I'll be sure to... Anyways, like I said, it's called antimatter, not dark matter. It's called antimatter. Dark matter and antimatter are two different things. So just keep in mind, dark matter and antimatter are completely two different things. Just wanted to give you a heads up on that. Alright. Whew. Now that we got the technical difficulties out of the way, we can get started. Ooh, okay. There we go. Much better. Much better. Much better. Much better. Oops. Alright. There we go. Core 0 inhabitants. I wanted to make sure that it's not too... Oops. Okay. Oopsie. Trying to get the pictures in is really hard. There. I think this is more than enough. Okay. Now we can get started on providing you guys with the information about my character, about the characters. Why do I keep saying mine and ours? Okay. Now keep in mind, I'm gonna cover basically the characters from Core 0. The inhabitants of Core 0. All right. Let's see here. Oopsie. There we go. There we go. Nope, nope, nope. Oopsie. There. Allow me to introduce you guys to Dr. Freya Alberta Connors. Okay, there we go. I think that's good. There we go. Now let me do the select. We'll select the text. There, much better. There we go. This lady right here is Dr. Freya Alberta Connors. She's currently at 19 years of age. Her nationality is Spanish American. Her species is a new generation human. New gen is called a new generation human, and is later identified as a keeper of the Gleipnir. Her occupation is medical genius and expert practitioner. Her languages are English and Spanish. As for the short bio, yes, she is my love interest, the girlfriend. Born with a gifted mind, she was a young medical prodigy who is capable of performing any medical practice ranging from general pediatrician to surgery. She's also a pioneer of new medical records and breakthroughs. Due to her profession, including gynecology, she has a bit of a pervy mind. She's a pescatarian, in which she eats anything except meat. Children is somewhat acceptable, but she loves seafood. Yeah, that's one. Also, I just like to add one other thing about her. Additional. She sometimes smokes. Yeah, I know. She sometimes smokes. She's a doctor, yes, but she sometimes smokes. Ugh, I don't get it. What's with her and smoking? Ugh. That's the only part of her that I don't like. The only part of her that I don't like about Freya is that she smokes. Ugh. What is it with people with smoking? Don't they realize that their lungs are just going to poison? Wait a minute. Isn't she the one I turned to ash? Or was that someone else? No. That was Jade. That was someone else. That was Jade. The one you turned to ash was Jade. Freya, on the other hand, was different. And in case you're wondering, Jade is from Core 3. Jade is from Core 3. Jade is from Core 3. Anyways, another character to introduce, which is a resident of Core 0. I actually have a good idea. A good one. A good one indeed. A good one indeed. I have a good one, a good character to introduce you. Let me just paste it. There he is. There's the main man himself. There he is, the main man himself. The proud guy, the proud man he is. Allow me to introduce you to Gabriel Hudson. Gabriel Hudson, who is the head butler. Alright. There we go. Let me just add in the additional information. Let me just add in the additional info, as you can see here. There we go. There we go. Let me see. I think I can mess around with the text a bit. Okay, this is pretty weird. Pretty weird. Nope. Okay, so let me just do it this way. There. Much better. Now I can do select. There we go. There we go. Meet Gabriel Hudson. His nationality is British American. So yeah, I know I just put in the universe residence accidentally, but just to remind you all. He's actually his age is 24 years old. His species is an augment. Now, an augment in my universe is basically someone who is basically a human, but 30% or around 30% of his or her body is loaded with cybernetic implants and parts, cyborg parts and implants. So, what counts as a cyborg? A full cyborg is someone with is a human, but with 100% cyborg parts. Partial cyborgs are those that are around 70% of their body cybernized. Augments are basically humans with 30% of their body cybernized. Gabriel Hudson is an augment. His occupation is the ZRF head butler / custodian, and also the de facto leader of the Zola Servant Corps. He mostly speaks English, but he learns multiple languages. In their bio, he is the head butler / custodian of the ZRF and de facto leader, and he's usually referred to by his last name. He prefers to be called Hudson instead of his first name, Gabriel. He is the grandson of the late Nathaniel Hudson. He follows in his grandfather's footsteps as the new head butler / custodian. He feels indebted to the ZRF, including to their son, yours truly, Sadhana A. Zola. Thanks to his cybernetic augments, he is the jack of all trades, as in he could do various tasks without difficulty, including cooking, in which Sadhana's mom Shireen personally trained him. Coordinates and delegates tasks to the Zola Servant Corps. He can even do royal tasks such as documents, organization, and overseeing security. Additionally, he received combat training from the late Kenjiro Kedi Tanaka, the younger brother of the late Yujiro Tanaka, also known as Master Tanaka, who trained yours truly. Now, I will introduce you to the Tanaka brothers one day. But just a brief rundown, Yujiro Tanaka is the one that trained me how to fight. Kedi Tanaka is his brother. So yeah, this is Hudson, the guy that I've been telling you about during my streams. This is Hudson here, and just to make sure that that he's an augment, let me zoom in right here. You see the right eye of his? His right eye has the right eye's iris is red, which means that he's an augment. So yeah, that's his right eye. His right eye is an augment. It allows him to connect to machines. Pretty interesting, to say the least. Whew. Okay. Let's see here. What else I can introduce? Who is a resident of a Core Zero? Ah, yes. I can introduce to one of the other characters that I know. Okay. This here that I'd like to introduce, this perky little girl here. This girl is named Miriam Mercedes. I'll be showing you the info soon. I'll be giving you the info soon. Alright. Okay. Let me take this time to introduce you. Let me take this time to introduce you all to one of the characters that I know. This here is Miriam Mercedes. Alright. Let me remove this here so that I can make some space. There we go. Much better. There we go. Much better. Alright. Trust me. Don't get the wrong idea. I'm not yet scraping the bottom of the barrel, but it's more like I have a lot to share. Anyways, this here is Miriam Mercedes. Miriam Mercedes, as you can see here, she is 16 years old. Her nationality is unknown, but is a citizen of one of the 8 neutral nations of the Sol Galaxy. Actually, her nationality is that she's of an African American descent. She is a new generation human. Basically, she's a human, and her occupation is a junior chef, healer, and witch in training. As for her languages, English and Japanese. Short bio. A friend of Sadhana, a friend of yours truly during the Soul Century War. How she's able to remain at her age throughout the war's duration was due to her many times in cryosleep. Now she's reunited with yours truly and my new friends and allies. She gets along well with Yuna. While still aging, she's a little bit on the immature side. Prone to crybaby tendencies, naivete, fearfulness, and clumsiness. Yeah. Now, I've introduced some additional info to her, which was last year. Oh my god. I even put a date and everything. Yeah. It would later be revealed that Miriam is the daughter of Bill and Nova Mercedes. The former is the successor of a powerful witch named Madame Amberly. She was gunned down by galactic law enforcement during the Great Magic Purge, which occurred before the Soul Century War started. At a very young age, she was forced to be abandoned from her parents for protection purposes, as well as hoping to meet again in the future. However, it didn't happen because they were gunned down as well. So to put it simply, Miriam Mercedes is a witch in training. She's not only a chef in training, but also a witch in training. Miriam is now going to follow in her late parents' footsteps in order to bring back the magic users that were exterminated long ago. It's such a sad twist of fate. You're still not getting Freya, Jade, and Dina and March back. Yeah, you don't have to tell me that, Domini. Short Goblin Dwarf Princess Ikuno ripoff food. Oh my god. Okay, before I get to introduce another character, I think I'm gonna have to take a break. I'm gonna take a break for a while because I've been talking for so long. I've been taking a break for so long, I'm gonna be talking for so long, so let's go for a break. Alright, your prince is back. So sorry about that. Your prince is back because someone stole my head. Somebody stole my head. But don't worry, your prince is back now. The lesson continues. Anyways, let's get started. We need to show another character who is of a resident of a character who is a resident of Core 0. Alright, moving on from that. Let's see here. There, this would be a good spot to put him in. Yep, this is the guy right here. This is the guy who is currently my advisor. Yeah, that's right. I have an advisor now. That's right. Your prince has an advisor. Alright, so let's see. This would be a good spot to, I don't know, put in some lore information here. Alright. This would be a good spot, so let's do it. Alright. Alright, so this one is, this guy's name is Mistral. That's all he has. That's his name. That's his name, Mistral. His full name is unknown. Alright, just let me make some additional information here. Let me just make some additional information. Let me just make some information here, and there we go. There. This guy right here, his name is Mistral. His full name is unknown, and he is of Indo-American descent. Yes, that's right, you hear me. Cronians do have nationalities, in case you're wondering. Yes, there does exist Cronian nationalities. There does exist Cronian nationalities, so I just like to point it out. Alright then, and considering... Alright, there. Sorry about that. Okay. This guy right here, his name is Mistral. He's 28 years old, roughly a year older than me. And species is a Cronian Archangel. Now, Cronian Archangel isn't exactly a subspecies, but more like, something more like a rank. But not the transformation ranks. I mean like, title rank. Occupation, he is the aide to the Cronian Central Board. He's a freedom fighter, as well as my advisor. His languages are English, Farsi, and Croatia. According to his bio, he is a lone freedom fighter. His skills earned him the nickname Shadow Angel. In actuality, he is the last member of the Archangel group 8 Winds, serving as an aide to the Cronian Central Board. Despite that, he basically allows Sadhana, yours truly, to do whatever he wants, as like the Central Board, they can't police his decisions, even if it leads to villainy. After I woke up from my 10-year coma, he arrives to not only retrain him, but also provide gear and weapons needed on his crusade. And yes, he also joins in. Basically, he's more like a mentor / training instructor, but sometimes intervenes in battles when it need be. He sometimes likes to tease Sadhana on several occasions. Lucky bastard. Teasing bastard, I mean. Okay. So there we have the first batch of the Core 0 inhabitants. This is Freya Connors, Gabriel Hudson, Miriam Mercedes, and Mistral. Let me take the time here to actually, let's see. Let me take the time here to actually modify and save. Alright. Let me take the time to do it as such. Okay. Let me take the time to do it as such. All right. Let's